Number 14, we're trying to find the volume of the shape generated by rotating this region about the x-axis. So we've got y equals secant of x, y equals 0, which is just the x-axis, x equals negative pi over 3, and x equals pi over 3. So let's take a look at a graph. I've already put in here 1 divided by cosine of x so that we can graph secant. And I have the same window as I did for problem number 13. So this is at pi over 4, this is pi over 2. So we want to go from negative pi over 3 to pi over 3. So this is within our region here that we're going to be dealing with. So let's take this, let's take this and put it into our notes. So this is our region, starting with this graph. Then we have y equals 0 is just the x-axis. X equals negative pi over 3 would be over here. X equals positive pi over 3 over here. So that leaves us with this region right here. That's going to get rotated around the x-axis. So we have to determine what kind of cut we're dealing with here. The best cut would be a dx cut. We have the graph is above the axis. It's the top minus bottom. So we have a dx cut. And if we take that and rotate it around the x, we need to figure out what kind of shape we're getting. So we've got this rectangle spinning around this axis. So I can draw another rectangle down here, spin that around. We end up getting a disk for this one. With a disk then, our volume is just going to be pi times definite integral from a to b. In this case we're going from negative pi over 3 to pi over 3 times the radius squared. So our radius is just going to be our function here. That's that vertical height, that y value of the graph, which is secant of x. So it's our radius squared, so secant squared of x times the height of that disk is dx. So we're just doing the antiderivative here, and the antiderivative of secant squared is tangent. So we get tangent of x, and we're evaluating from negative pi over 3 to pi over 3. So we get pi times tangent of pi over 3 minus tangent of negative pi over 3. And tangent of pi over 3 is root 3. And we get sine over cosine, so root 3 over 2 over 1/2. So we get pi times root 3 minus negative root 3, so it becomes plus root 3. And that gives us 2 square root of 3 times pi. Alright, we could also do this in our calculator to get a decimal approximation, but just a little practice working on antiderivatives.